gosh, I hate that book. I don't even think it's dislike. I can't. Hi everyone. What up? What up? Okay, weird. Um, my name is Chipo. Actually, my name is Chipeko, but almost everyone calls me Chipo. A few people call me Chipeko. And then like a tiny number of people call me Peko. Actually, by tiny I mean just like probably two people. um, yeah, so I like to read. I love reading. I enjoy books, so I figured I might as well start talking about books. So here I am. I'll be doing book reviews, article reviews as well. I like to read articles of interesting, short articles, not too long. So yeah, I'll just share my thoughts on some of the books that I've read, my reviews. So for the first video, I'll just do like a get to know me book tag. I got some questions from a site. Can't remember the name of the site. I'll probably add it in the description, I think. I can't remember the name of the site. I added a few other questions from other sites, but generally I got the main questions from this particular site. So yeah, so 20 questions, book tag. I'll go through each question and then yeah. So question number one: how many books are too many in a book series? Um, Anything more than three. Firstly, I don't like reading book series. I really don't. They are too long, and I have commitment issues. So I prefer to read one book and be done with it. But if I have to do a book series three, anything more than three is it's torturous. Just too much. But if it's really great, I guess I will give it a shot. But mm-mm, three is the maximum. um, how do you feel about cliffhangers? Um, it's a love-hate relationship. I think I like them and then I hate them. Like if I read a book with a cliffhanger, I will probably complain about it all the time. All that. It's like I hate it but I love it. But anyways, closure is important because I'll spend the rest of my life wondering, which is terrible. So I guess I would say no, but I would take a book with a cliffhanger any day. So yeah. Question number three: hardback or paperback? Um, Paperback. Yeah, hardback I think is great for durability because they don't get you know they're tough. But I don't know. I like paperbacks. I feel like they're pretty, and hardback is so heavy, guys. It's heavy. So paperback for me. What is your favorite book? Um, ooh, I don't know. What's my favorite book? Script of Letters by C.S. Lewis is an absolute favorite. Yeah, I like Script of Letters by C.S. Lewis. That has to be my favorite. In the moment, next month I might have a different favorite book. I have a favorite book after I finish reading it and it's great. In that moment, it's my favorite book. So if you ask me another day, I'll probably give you a different answer. But I think Script of Letters so far, it's been the longest favorite I've had. So yeah. Least favorite book. Fantastic, by George MacDonald. It's an old book. I didn't get it. I didn't get the book. It just no. I just didn't understand what was going on. But I was a little young when I was not really young. But like I didn't get the book. I always feel like I never read it. When I think about it, I'm like, did I ever read this book? But I did read it, but I didn't get it. It flew over my head. I think it was too artsy for me. Number 6, love triangle, yes or no? No, 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 no. Love triangles are just that cliche. We are so over them. No, look, no, done. Uh, Number 7, the most recent book. What is the most recent book you read and just couldn't finish? I finish my books. It's just cannot not finish a book. Maybe in the past, probably, but in the last 2 to 3 years, all the books I've started, I finished. Like, it might be really, really bad. I will stop, but after 2 3 months I'll pick it up again and finish it, because there are books that I've started and I loved, and then I go to the end and I'm just like, this was a complete waste of my time. And then there's some books that I hate when I start, and then when I finish I'm like, this was great. So I always try to give it the benefit of the doubt, like until I finish the book I cannot say I've read it. But then perhaps also I haven't probably just gotten to a book that is so terrible that I just couldn't finish yet. So I don't know. But at the moment, I haven't. All the books that I've started, I have finished. Question 8: a book you are currently reading. So I read multiple books at a time, actually. So right now I'm doing Pilgrim's Regress by C.S. Lewis, and then I'm also doing Galatians to You by Timothy Keller, and then I'm doing Souls by Sahid something. Is it Shahid? I can't remember her name. Yeah, Sahid. Yeah, so it's a poetry book. Friend recommended it to me, so. And then today I started reading Braving the Odds by Ngamelu. So I do multiple books at a time. And when I'm coming to the end of one, I start another one before. So yeah, those are the 4 that I'm reading at the moment. Question number 9. What is the last book you recommended to someone? The last book I recommended to someone was Love's Pursuit by Siri Mitchell. Question number 10. What's the oldest book you've ever read in terms of publication date? Ooh. I actually don't know. I never check publication dates or years. And I don't read a lot of the classics. So I did read The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. That's a classic, so I'm assuming it's the oldest. If not, then the Fantastas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'll write the spelling somewhere here. By George MacDonald, the one that I mentioned as my least favorite book, that has to be the oldest. Either that one or The Invisible Man. I don't know which one is older than the other, but yeah, they seem pretty old. Both others are quite old, so I think one of the two. Most likely Etchi was by The Invisible Man, because it's a classic, so it's probably old, very, very old. What's the newest book you've read in terms of publication date? I mean, I'm currently reading Zingamelo with Braving the Odds, so that's the newest one. Because I think it's a 2020 book or a 2021 book, I don't know. But I haven't finished it, so in terms of books that I have finished, I think they both die at the end. They both die in the end. I think that's the newest one. Only because it has very recent themes and references in the book. In terms of content, a lot of the things that I mentioned are quite new, or at least in our time. So I think that's the newest one, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll go with they both die in the end. Question number 12. Who's your favorite author? My favorite author is C.S. Lewis. Yeah, C.S. Lewis. I think he covers both the fiction and the non-fiction, which is great. I mean, most of the time you have to pick like, who's your favorite fiction author and who's your favorite non-fiction author. But Lewis kind of does both, so I'm like, why not? Do you prefer draw buying or borrowing books? Um, Buying. I buy more than I borrow, so I think I'll go with buying. Yeah, I buy more than I borrow. Number 14. Name a book you dislike that everyone loves. Ooh, there are quite a lot. I can't think of any. Quite, well, this any that's worth mentioning. Ooh, you guys. The monk who sold his Ferrari. Guys. That book. Oh my gosh, I hate that book. I don't even think it's dislike. I can't. I was. Let's move on. If you like the book, good for you, I guess. We like what we like, guys. It is what it is. So, um, question number 15. Bookmarks or dog ears? I mean, guys, let's just bookmark the books, you know, too. So, bookmarks, please, let's use bookmarks. Um, question 16. What book can you reread? Generally, not in the habit of rereading books, not because the books are not great, but because I just feel like there's so much, so many books to read. I just don't know if I'll reread a book. But I do plan on rereading Homegoing by Yagasi this year. So maybe that book, and probably any C.S. Lewis book, apart from Chronicles of Narnia, which I haven't read, but I just don't think, like, book series and me, no. So, yeah, yeah, probably any C.S. Lewis book I'll probably reread. Homegoing, but I have never reread any of the books I've read before um, yet. So, 17. Can you read while listening to music? Mhm, mhm. It depends on the book and depends on the type of a book. If it's fiction, yes. Yeah, if it's fiction, I can read while listening to music. Number 18. One point of view or multiple points of views. Um, I really don't mind either, as long as it's done perfecto, as long as it's done really, really well. I don't mind. I don't mind. I think multiple does give you a different perspectives from different people, multiple point of views. But also I like one point of view as well because like you're immersed in the character, like you that one particular person, you feel what they're feeling, you're seeing it through that lens, which is also great. So it really just, as long as it's done perfectly and good, um with either. But since I have to pick, I will go with one point of view. I will go with one point of view. Yeah. Number 19, fiction or non-fiction? Yeah, I'm a fiction junkie. I'm a fiction junkie. So yeah, fiction, guys. I don't mind non-fiction, but I almost always lean towards fiction. I only recently started reading fiction. So I mean non-fiction. So I'm kind of new there. But yeah, majority of the books that I've read are fiction books. So yeah. And last and final question, ebooks or hard copy? Um, yeah, this is like taboo for a lot of book readers, but I honestly prefer ebooks over hard copy. Um, Also because like when you read, like they're just easier, you know. It's technology, guys. We're in the technology world now, so get with the program. But also in terms of accessibility, there are a lot more books accessible in on as an ebook ebook than as a hard copy, especially in Zambia. Um, so I do prefer ebooks more. But if the ebook is really, really good, I will buy a hard copy of it after I read the ebooks. But I try to balance both of them. But I'm, yeah, so that was the last question, guys. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like books. Comment what books you'd like me to review. Um, and yeah, share your thoughts on some of the questions that I've answered. What do you think? Don't crucify me because I like ebooks or I don't like the Monko Sotis Ferrari. Guys, we like what we like. um, but yeah, so answer any one of the questions, like, share. Thank you for watching. Suggestions for articles, especially African written articles, Zambian written articles, good ones. I'd be, I'm open to reading any topic. Share my thoughts on that. And some books as well. Hopefully, ones that I've read or not read, whichever one is good. I can pick a few. Um, yeah. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, whichever one you want to do. So yeah. Thanks again, guys. Bye.